Write the inequality shown by the shaded region in the graph with the boundary line 3x minus 2y equals 12. First thing that I notice here is I see a dashed or a dotted line. If we see a dashed or dotted line, we will use either a greater than or a less than symbol in writing the inequality. So my choices are either 3x minus 2y is greater than 12 or 3x minus 2y is less than 12. Now, to decide which is correct, one approach is to choose a point that we know is a solution. Well, the shaded region represents all of the solutions. So I'm going to choose a point that's in that region. I'm going to choose the point right here. I'm going to choose 8, 0. I know that 8, 0 is a solution of the inequality. So now remember, this means that x equals 8, y equals 0 must be a solution. So what I'll do now is I'll substitute x equals 8, y equals 0 into each of these inequalities and see which comes back as a true statement. So I have 3 times 8 minus 2 times 0 is greater than 12, or 3 times 8 minus 2 times 0 is less than 12. Simplifying the left-hand side on either of these statements gives me 24 minus 0, so that's 24. So in the first inequality I have 24 is greater than 12. On the second I have 24 is less than 12. And at this point we just have to decide which of these statements is true. Well, 24 is greater than 12. That's a true statement. 24 is less than 12. That's a false statement. So, since I chose a point that I know is a solution and it came back true for the first inequality I wrote, I know that the answer, that the inequality shown in this diagram is 3x minus 2y is greater than 12. Let's consider the second exercise here. Here we have an inequality with the boundary line 4x plus y equals 7. Now, since I see a solid line here, that tells me I either have a greater than or equal to, or a less than or equal to inequality. Since the boundary line is represented by the equation 4x plus y equals 7, my choices are 4x plus y is greater than or equal to 7, or 4x plus y is less than or equal to 7. And again, what I'll do now is I will test a point that's in the shaded region. Well, I see that the origin, 0, 0, is in the shaded region. And that's an easy point to calculate with. So I'm going to use that one. I'm going to test with 0, 0, which means x equals 0, y equals 0. So I would have the statement then, 4 times 0 plus 0 is greater than or equal to 7, or 4 times 0 plus 0 is less than or equal to 7. Simplifying the left-hand side on either of these gives me 0. So I have 0 is greater than or equal to 7, or 0 is less than or equal to 7. Only one of these statements is true. Is 0 greater than or equal to 7? That's false. Is 0 less than or equal to 7? That's true. So what that tells me is the appropriate inequality is 4x plus y is less than or equal to 7.